Felicity. Welcome to my coaching moment, Building Trust. We all instinctively know whether we trust somebody else. We know whether it feels comfortable to be around them, to look in their eyes and hold their gaze, and ultimately whether it feels safe. But let's get a bit more curious about what we mean by trust. And for those people who are leaders in organisations, how we can generate that trust, build that trust quickly, because it's needed now more than ever. Gallup has done some fantastic research and asked the question to thousands and thousands of people across the world in a range of organisations, what do you need from leaders? And time again, 4 things come out. Trust, compassion, stability and hope. And trust is that first piece, it's that basic human piece. So trust, let's wonder what it is when we talk about trust. Trust is comprised of 2 things. Trusting somebody's character, the kind of person they are, their values, whether they will speak well of you when you're not around, whether they'll do things for you, whether they've got your best interests and needs at heart. That's kind of core to the character. And the other piece is competence. Do I trust that you can do a good job? Do I trust that you'll deliver on time? Do I trust that you're reliable? Do I trust that you will create a quality output? And so when we think about people we trust, there may be people whose character we trust and not their competence, and vice versa. And what's really interesting is that we all hold an invisible trust bank account with one another. Now, at any one time, my trust bank account with you might be neutral, it might be in credit or in debit. And every time I do something good for you, that will generate trust. If I speak highly of you in your absence, if I make sure that credit is given to your work when you're not there, if I stay late to help you finish a piece of work, if I give you some really warm, reassuring feedback, all of these kinds of things are examples of deposits into the trust bank account with you. And as a leader, that's really helpful because it's giving followers what they need. Similarly, we might actually have withdrawals from the trust bank account with somebody else. If I'm late to a call, if I'm late for a meeting, if I'm late for my deadline, if I don't deliver what's expected, if I make mistakes in that report, all these things, intentionally or not, actually erode the trust with somebody else. And what's interesting as well is that we all have greater or lesser levels of trust, our capacity to trust people. Some people are very trusting, others much less so. So we never know just the impact on our bank account with somebody else. With one person, if we're late for a meeting, that might erode the bank account a little bit, but for another, it might actually wipe it completely. And typically the research shows we need about 6 good things, 6 deposits into the bank account with someone else to negate one negative. So we're very highly balanced towards the negatives. We attend to the negatives far more than the positives. So actually as leaders again, and as colleagues, as teammates and as good members of our families and societies, we need to put far more deposits into those bank accounts. Think about what can I do today to generate some trust with somebody else. Think about that leadership shadow that we all have with other people and think about how can I generate trust, particularly if you have the power over somebody else, if you're more senior than them at work. Really, it's up to you. The onus is often on us as leaders to put those deposits in the bank account first, and others will reciprocate. Good luck, generate trust, and I'll see you tomorrow.